Oh, Merry Christmas, everyone.
Merry Christmas, yeah. I would have my festive t-shirt on tonight, but it's freezing, so no.
It's very cold down here as well. I noticed it when I walked the dogs. It was bitter, but yeah, we're only 3 days out now, and then we're back to normal.
Yeah, so,
effectively. So yeah. So what have you been getting up to, Mark?
Not much. Just trying to carry on with things and just keep the normality. I don't like being out of routine.
Yeah.
So, but apart from that, just normal stuff. Got to go do the last minute of shopping tomorrow, and yeah.
Yeah, we've got to do the only bit we've got to do is the food shop. Now, we were going to go today, but then Kirsty wasn't very well because she was going to join us tonight, but she's not very well. So we're going to do it tomorrow, hopefully. Yeah. It has to get done tomorrow, whatever happens. So we'll be doing it tomorrow. We'll be braving it tomorrow.
I mean, we've got two lads, so they can haul it home.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't mind doing the food shop. I don't plan on going to any normal shops because I've done all of that. And if I haven't got anything, that can wait.
Yeah,
that's what I'm like. But apart from that, we done quite well on the tumbler this week.
Yeah, I did see that one. Blooming heck, about time.
Yeah, we fitted everything near enough, and issue 96, which. Yeah, by the way, if you collect any Hachette issue or magazine from the newsagents, obviously they come out every Wednesday. Wednesday's Christmas Day. So they've suspended this week coming delivery, and it will come on the following Wednesday. So we get like a break. So issue 96 will be on the 1st of January. And in the magazine that we got in issue 95, it said at the bottom, any loose bits will be fitted in the next issue. So that includes the roof, because that's the only thing that we've got loose.
Right.
So hopefully everything that we've got will be on it in the next issue.
Right.
Except the back wheels. We still haven't got them.
As far as I'm aware, subscribers are not affected.
Yeah, subscribers aren't. This is just for news agents. So, yeah, subscribers should still. I think because they're on like 6 issues every 6 weeks. Their next delivery is in January, so that should run as normal.
Yeah. Also, Friday, if you're a fan home customer in the UK, you would have received an email. So I'll read the email out, which is, Dear customer, we'd like to inform you of the current situation affecting our shipping services. Recently, our parcel courier Yodel announced they would temporarily pause shipments for certain companies due to an overloaded network during the festive period. As a result, Yodel has informed us they cannot handle further parcels from our warehouse at this time. The last collection occurred on December the 16th, and any orders placed from December the 17th onward will be held at our warehouse until the next scheduled collection planned on January the 7th. Rest assured, your subscription remains active and all e-commerce purchases will be honoured and delivered next month. Please note that due to this exceptional situation, subscription packages will continue to be generated every 30 days with association payments processed even if a previous package is still in transit. So there we go.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
yeah, I think that explains everything.
Yeah.
You'd just be waiting now until I was hoping for a few bits to turn up. Obviously the Star Trek ship, but now I'm on that wait list, so I just have to wait for things to turn up now.
Also, I've noted during the week is, yes, you can buy singular issues of the Star Trek ships, but they are currently out of stock.
Yeah, they ran out within, I believe, a couple of hours. They went very quickly.
So until they get further stock in, you cannot buy single issues.
Yeah, apparently they're getting more in April.
Yeah.
So just keep an eye on it. But it's a bit. It's not like a traditional web shop.
Yeah.
It's actually on the website on the subscription page itself. And at the moment, it only looks like it's the Star Trek ships they're offering.
Yeah.
It doesn't look like anything else. And as well, they only can deliver to where the subscribers are getting theirs at the moment. So the UK and USA.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Okay. Right. So next thing, Kev, you'll know this one.
What's that one?
Hey. The website went live.
Yes. There was a few interesting things. Firstly, there is no premium subscription.
No.
Which was a bit surprised, but like I said to you a while ago, I said I weren't too sure exactly what a premium subscription would be.
Yeah.
With it, because I don't know what else could add or what else they could add to it. Also, as well, I find the free gifts a bit lackluster.
Yeah, I don't think they're as good as they used to be. So delivery 1, you get a free issue. And you also get a TARDIS keychain.
Yeah.
Delivery 3, you get the Dalek binder. Delivery 5, you get a toolkit. Well, really, you should get the toolkit in
First. In the first issue. And I've also noticed sometimes when they do these tool kits, they're really good, but you don't use a lot of the tools in them.
No. And then delivery 7 is a Dalek blueprint mug,
which they've copied from Partwork upgrades.
So that's it. It's a bit, the toolkit is a bit like the R2D2 when we got the screw box, towards the end of the build.
Well, the wallet that it's in is identical to the one that they did with the Terminator.
So I think they did this with the other toolkit they did with the Eddie Stobart and the Titanic. They bought an absolute load of them, and now are giving them away. Yeah,
it's just a standard toolkit with Dalek written along the front.
Yeah.
It's not. Yeah, but like I said, I was a bit lackluster with this because I was expecting a bit more Doctor Who related stuff. Keyring and a mug. That's it.
Yeah.
A hat or a T-shirt. No, none of that.
So the magazines, you get the Atomy of a Dalek, Time Vortex, Adventures in Time and Space.
Yeah, if you can download the magazines, you'll know that it covers all of Doctor Who, not just the new Doctor Who stuff.
We have an insight in what's coming.
Yeah, that issue 3 looks heavy because it's the whole top dome.
Yeah, but I think it's plastic, if I remember correctly.
Right. Okay. Yeah, I think a lot of
on it.
Yeah, I think there might be a lot of plastic on it. The reason I'm saying that is because it has a lot of moving parts.
Yeah.
And anyone knows if there's die cast on moving parts, it can grind.
So, and it's just normally how it works. So $11.99 per issue.
Yeah.
And then does it say delivery on top? Can't remember if they do.
I think there is delivery on top for subscribers, and then obviously it's in the news agents as well.
Yeah. So there we go. It's all there. Not for me because I don't like Doctor Who, but there we go. I appreciate it as a Partwork.
Yeah, it's definitely gaining sort of traction at the minute. I'm pretty sure it will take off as soon as it comes out. It will take off quite a bit. Which,
but looking at that, it looks like the size of a toddler.
Yeah, it's a fair size. It's I love the features that it's got. It's got loads of features on it.
Yeah. So there we go. The Dalek is now live.
Lovely.
Okay. Right. So what we'll do is I'll go through some chat.
Yeah.
And then what we said we'd do this week is we'll put the link out, and if anybody wants to come in and join us on the live stream, just come along. So
Yes.
yeah, right. So let me. Right now, we had technical difficulties earlier.
Yes.
Which meant I had to delete the stream I set up yesterday and set a new one up today because Kev, you couldn't get in. It just wasn't finding the page.
No, I don't know what I found out exactly what happened. So the URL you sent was fine, but when I was clicking on the link, it was like creating extra digits and codes at the end. So I deleted all them and it worked.
Yeah, strange.
Don't know why it was doing that, but it was doing it every time and then saying it couldn't find the link. So I went in manually and deleted the bit and just got the link, and it worked. So
sorry if anybody put any comments on yesterday or this morning. I don't have access because we had to delete the stream. And reset.
I do apologise. That was.
It's okay. So first in, we've got Steve131 who says, "Evening all, evening Steve, welcome." Hi, Steve. And then D says, "Second attempt, LOL. Good evening, Mark and Kev. A Merry Christmas to both and the families." Thank you, D.
Thank you, D. Merry Christmas.
And then D says, "And a good evening, Kev and Mark on Kev's side."
Cheers, D.
And we've got Andy Carroll in saying, "Hi, guys. Hi, Andy. Welcome."
Hi, Andy.
Then we've got Flip Dip says, "Sleigh bells ring. Are you listening in the lane? Snow ain't glistening." No. It's raining. Yeah.
Yep.
And then he says, "Ain't life a pain walking in a winter wonderland?" It's freezing. That's my problem. I don't like the cold.
It is cold tonight. Yeah.
Welcome, Flip Dip. Then we've got The Real For Real who says, "Good evening. Good evening, The Real For Real. Welcome."
Good evening.
And then we've got Ian Campbell who says, "A very good Sunday morning, evening, or afternoon also." Hi, Ian.
Welcome. Hi, Ian. How are you going?
And then The Real For Real says, "Just enjoying a snowball. Chin chin, everyone." Oh, I had a snowball.
Hey, lovely. Yeah.
Yeah. Bit of advocaat, lemon. Oh, yeah.
Oh, lovely.
Yeah, they can go straight to your head, though. You got to be careful. We've got Spider Spruin saying, "Hi, Mark and Kev on the mobile, so no channel hopping." Well, I could, but it's easier on a laptop. No problem, Spider. Welcome.
Hiya.
We've got Richard Coppleston who says, "Hi all, anybody know what's happened to Building with the Boys?" I don't know. I know as much as what he's put on his YouTube channel, so
yeah,
I haven't heard anything. I hope he's okay.
Yes, yeah, we hope he's okay, but no, we haven't heard anything from him for a while now.
It could just be busy with work or something.
Yeah,
like
Christmas is coming up, and it just stuff gets on top of you. So yeah.
Definitely. We've got David Phillips in who says, "Evening all, evening David, welcome."
Hi David.
And we've got Ian's World of Models says, "Evening Mark and Kev and all fellow model makers." So evening Ian, welcome.
Hi, Ian.
We've got David Hawley in who says, "Good evening guys and girls." Evening David, welcome.
Hi David.
And then he also says, "Good evening Kev and Mark, have a good one." We will, thank you David.
Cheers David.
And then Ian Campbell says, "Good evening, host." So evening again, Ian.
Evening.
And then we've got Scott Duggan in saying, "Evening all, hope you have a good Christmas. Glad I could finally make another live stream." Well, welcome.
Hi, Scott.
We've got Chef Hawk in saying, "Evening, everyone." Evening, Chef Hawk. Welcome.
Hi, Chef Hawk.
The Real For Real says, "No fire, Mac." What it is we used to have YouTube Premium, but we've had to, with it being time of year, we've had to sort of cancel that till next year. So adverts keep coming up, which is a bit of a pain.
No, it's fine. It's okay.
Anyway, and then D says, "Mark, the log fire ran out of gas." LOL. So yeah, we're having to watch YouTube videos with adverts in, and it's so annoying. Really is.
Painful.
And the worst thing, if I want to watch my own videos, I've got to watch adverts on my own videos.
Yeah.
So, yeah. David Hawley says, "Merry Xmas, Kevin, Mark. Have a good one, guys." Will do, David. Thank you.
Merry Christmas. And
then we've got Dan Crimin who says, "Merry Christmas all, and here's to a great 2025. I hope so."
Yeah, I think, it can only they can say I can only get better, but
how long into January we're going to say 2025 is ruined already? Yeah. David Hollis says the audio is not good, guys. I don't think it's anything on our end, but hang on. And he says, sorted, guys. Sorry, it was my end. Sorted now. Oh, don't give me any more technical difficulties today.
Go
on.
Yeah, I was just saying it was weird this morning that it just like last night it just wouldn't. And then I tried all morning. I was like, something's not right. And then I thought it was my end. But it was my end. But I then created a stream, and you could log on to that fine. But then, so I was perplexed as it was, and then I found out what the matter was, so I sorted it.
Yeah, so thank goodness. I mean, it worked fine for me. I could click on it and it'd go in there, and then
the link
for one you set up earlier. By the way, you need to delete that because it's still on your channel as pending.
Oh right, okay, yes, I will do. Yeah.
And that was fine. So it was like I don't think.
Yeah, no, the URL for some reason. The URL, it was creating a load of dashes at the end.
Right.
Loads of ampersands and dashes and pluses, signs and all that. So I just deleted it. That bit up until the HP end bit of it.
Yeah.
And it worked. And I was like, I don't know why it was generating that. I cleared all the cookies, internet history, all of that. It still did it. But yeah.
It's gremlins. They're out at this time.
Yeah, it's this time. That's what I was going to say. It's this time of the year. It's just
there's gremlins in the system.
Yeah.
Ian says post is all over the place at Christmas. Yeah.
Yes.
Saying that though, I had my Harshette deliveries on time, so I got my Lancaster bomber on Saturday exactly on time.
Yes, some people were saying, I saw on Facebook, people were saying that they were surprised it came.
Yeah.
And that they were surprised it was coming on Saturday and stuff.
Yeah, crazy. Andy Carroll says they ate other people that deliver. They ate the other people that deliver, yeah.
Yeah.
We've got Matt Hobbies in who says, hi all, Merry Xmas to you all. Thank you, Mark, and welcome.
Thank you, Mark.
We've got Kevin and Mary who say, evening, Kevin, Mark, and everyone. Evening, Kevin and Mary.
Hi, Kevin and Mary.
Welcome. We've got Sonic Boom who says, that's fair enough. Would rather they held things back instead of shipments going missing with Yodel. And also sounds like it won't actually delay any further issues. Sounds like good service to me. Yeah.
There is delays. It will cause, I would imagine it will cause some delays with other subscriptions being paid and stuff. Hopefully they can clear the backlog, but
as long as we eventually get it, that's
yeah.
As long as we eventually get it and we're not waiting months and months, a little bit of a delay is not really much of a problem. No. And to tell you the truth, I didn't think they'd be back until maybe the 3rd or 4th of January. So
yeah,
it's not that bad to me, really. But I don't know what it's like in the United States.
Yeah, they've had, what I can understand is they've had quite a bit of problems there. I don't know what exactly is going on there, but
yeah.
Yeah.
But, yeah. David Hawley says, I am so looking forward to the Dalek. Can't wait.
Yeah, me too. I'll be there 7th of January picking up my issue.
Yeah, my problem is I kind of put my foot in it by saying I'd help you do issue 1 live.
Yeah.
Oops.
It'll be fine.
Yeah. Okay. We've got Sonic Boom in who says, hi all. Welcome, Sonic Boom. Welcome. And then we've got Daz, Engage, and Manchester Busters who says, how do everyone? Hi, Daz. Welcome.
Hi, Daz.
David Hawley says, looks awesome, the Dalek.
Yes.
Yeah. Like I said, I think it does look awesome. It's just I'm not. Yeah. Doctor Who's not my thing.
Not a Doctor Who fan.
No. We've got Andrew Clampin who says, I paid for my Magazord package 2 on the 12th of December, so I'll have to wait till the 7th of January.
Well, the 7th of January is when they collect it. So
yeah.
I would imagine add a five days onto that before you get it.
The only thing I'd say is keep an eye on your portal.
Yes.
Your portal is probably the best thing. Just keep an eye on it, and then you'll know when it's been shipped.
Yeah, and they've also now started putting the tracking number on there as well.
Yeah.
So you can actually track it as well from there as well. So that's really good.
So next we've got Ian, who says, I'll join, put in link. Yes, I will do in a second.
Yes, cool.
And then Daz says, how do Kevin Mark? So hi, Daz again.
Hi, Daz.
We've got Kilroy's Odyssey Woodworking and Maker Shop AI says, morning all. Morning, Kilroy. Welcome.
Hi, Kilroy.
Oh, he says, or evening. Yeah, evening for the UK. We got Dash Riptide Howard in saying, I'm surprised. I've already gotten Megazord Pack 2 done already. Why is everyone else behind?
I just think I haven't received mine neither, and I was hoping it sort of was leaving the warehouse before that sort of kicked off.
Yeah.
Same with my Star Trek ship as well. They'll come eventually. It's not. Yeah. Remember, it's not a rush. It's not a sprint. It's a marathon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Andy Carroll says, "Okay, guys, it was me. I was typing to the glitch."
Thanks. Yeah, it actually looked like that.
Yeah. We've got DS Models who says, hi everyone, Merry Christmas to you all. Let's hope 2025 is kinder to us all than 24 has been. Best wishes, everyone. Thank you, Dave.
Yes, Dave. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas to you and Christine.
Yeah.
The Real for Real says, since Yodel took over, it's been much better.
I think I've not, to be fair, I haven't noticed much difference between them and Royal Mail, to be fair. Stuff turns up when it's supposed to.
The only thing I've noticed with Yodel compared to Royal Mail is I think Royal Mail take care of their packages a little bit better.
I haven't been too bad. My packages have come the same way they did with Royal Mail, and I've been fine. It all depends, just like with Royal Mail, it all depends on where you live.
Yeah.
It is a postcode lottery, is what they call it. And it's very much that with Royal Mail as well as Yodel.
Yeah.
And Every. It just depends on lots of factors, where you are, who your postie is, everything else.
Yeah. Stephen Haynes Model says, hi, Mark and Kev again, and Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas to you,
Merry Christmas, Stephen.
Kenneth said, afternoon, Chris and Kevin, Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. I'm sitting here watching my favourite YouTube people. Thank you, Kenneth. Welcome.
Hi, Kev.
Ian says, every equals broken stroke, smashed everything. Yeah. I've had a couple that have been, let's just say my last enterprise, I had to dry the magazine on a radiator.
Right.
So, yeah. But apart from that, it's not been too bad. I've had a couple.
Do you remember that? I don't know. Lots of people call it different things. You know, when you were a kid and you knocked on a door and ran away. That's what our every driver plays all the time, because we've got the Ring doorbells and the cameras up so we can see him. He puts it down by the door, pushes the bell, and walks away.
Yeah.
And I've picked it up. By the time I've gone to the door, he's in his car and he's driven off.
Yeah.
But yeah, they do like playing that game.
Or they like leaving it in a very unusual place, like your black bin, when you just put last night's Sunday dinner leftovers.
Yeah. Yeah, they do all that, yeah.
Yeah. The Real for Real says it's the tracking that's better than what Royal Mail was offering.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's why they went with them, because some of their consignments come from Europe. And tracking it's a bit difficult when it comes like to that, because I know a lot of people said that their Star Trek ship, that was it, had left the warehouse and they still hadn't received it after like 6 or 7 days, and I went, that's because it comes from Europe. And they said they couldn't track it neither, and I said, well, that's because it's still in Europe.
Yeah.
So because you got to understand, some of their subscriptions come from the UK, some of them come from Europe. So when it says that it's left the warehouse in Europe.
Well,
and then obviously it has to make its way all the way through, like you say, in Germany. And then once it gets to the UK, it then gets scanned by Yodel. So that's when you can track it. Up until that point, could be anywhere in Europe.
David Hawley says Yodel tracking is far superior to Royal Mail.
Yes.
Andy Carroll says, I think Asda should deliver the Partworks. At least you get mince pies with them.
Yeah, what would the alternative be?
Not if you're me and you book a delivery to become between 12:30 and 1:30 on a Saturday, and it comes at 8:30 at night.
Well, we used to do home deliveries, but we've now started going to the shops now. But we used to do home deliveries, and sometimes we would book a delivery slot, and it never came late, but it always came early. And my wife and Kirsty said, "It's lucky we were in, because if that's like an hour before our time slot." She goes, "Lucky that we were in, because if we weren't."
When I was downstairs, it used to be a thing of, right, I've got an hour until the Asda delivery slot is there. I'll get a recording done. As soon as I hit record, it turns up outside. I'm like, what?
Yeah, ours came a few times early, but they're supposed to ring you. So sometimes they ring you to say you're next or you're coming, but no phone call or anything. And they just turn up early. It's like lucky that we were in.
And then if I didn't do the recording beforehand and waited for the allotted time, they'd come late.
Yeah.
So there's no winning.
No.
Ian says knock and run, LOL.
Yes, yeah. Yeah. Yodel love I should say, love playing that.
Yeah. The real for real says knock and scram up here.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sonic Boom says, I've been fine with Royal Mail and Yodel, to be honest. I've got a box for parcels for when I'm not in, which is handy. Yeah, I'm looking at getting one of them next year. So that they can
safe box, lockbox outside. They're good, they are. Postman's that love that because it means you can leave stuff in it.
You don't have to knock on the door and scare the dog. I mean, we have a ring doorbell. Nobody, they don't use it. Sometimes
our dogs they bark when the door goes, obviously, and so we tried to the neighbours have never ever complained. I suppose it's a good deterrent, but we're like, every time there comes someone's at the door we have to go, oh no, be quiet, shut up. So we thought, we'll get a ring doorbell. That worked for about 3 days before they learnt the door chime. And so now when someone walks past or they push the door, the dogs go crazy. It's like, I can't win.
Yeah, they recognise the noise.
Yeah.
Yeah, as does
they picked on it. They picked up that really quickly.
What I love is delivery companies that try and think they can get away with by saying you weren't in or whatever. It's like, no, I have a ring doorbell. I'd know if we were.
I've got evidence you didn't turn up.
Yeah.
When you said you did, yeah.
Okay. The real for real says I bought the Tyrell Models workstation. Would highly recommend.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, I think that's what Wayne's got.
Yeah, my bits are all just all over the place. I mean, I've got all the free So since I've been building Partworks, I keep all the little black screwdrivers.
Yeah. I was the same.
I've got loads. These are, this is like a pen organizer, but it's just where I put all my screwdrivers.
I was the same, and then I gave a load to DF Model's wife, Christine, because she prefers them screwdrivers. So I sent her about 17 of them. Well,
as they're free, you might as well use them. So, and though I use this one, which I've confiscated from Kirsty now. I do occasionally use these ones every now and then, but yeah, they're good to have.
Yeah, I prefer my wearers.
Yeah, everyone has their own preferred stuff.
I have an orrery as well. Oria, sorry.
Yeah.
But, I prefer my wearer screwdrivers. Andy Carroll says my ring doorbell's linked to TV, so any movement shows up on TV live.
Oh.
Yeah, that's all right, but our cat sets ours off because we've got bins next to it. So every time
we get
the bins,
we've got a camera at the back, a camera at the front, and also the Ring doorbell. And yeah, like saying, wildlife sets it off, so it'll go off. I have to put my phone on silent at night, otherwise it goes off, because we have like foxes and badgers and everything sort of in the garden. Just picks it straight up.
Yeah, mine's connected up to my Alexa show in here. So
yeah,
it's like I have to mute it when I do builds, because if not, it goes off because cat's setting it off or something.
Yeah. The other night I went out on a Thursday because obviously I missed Wayne's live stream, because every Thursday I go to the pub with Kirsty and we do pub quizzes all around. And this Thursday we went to the pub quiz, last one of the year. And we got home about midnight. I went to bed and I left my phone on, and it went off. The doorbell thing went off, like sensor, at like 2 a.m. And I must have slept through it. But Kirsty goes, "You left your phone on, not on silent." I said, "Yeah." She went, "Ugh." It woke me up at 2 o'clock in the morning. I was like, "Sorry."
Whoops.
Yeah.
Howard says my dog picked up the flashy light for the motion sensor going off. We've got Gina's Crafting, who says hi to all on panel and in chatland. Hi Gina, welcome.
Hi, Gina.
Sonic Boom says the black screwdrivers are shocking though, to be honest. Although I do hold on to them for some reason. I use the ones Wayne uses on his channel. Yeah, the wearers.
Yeah, I need to probably get one like that. But the one that Kirsty's got, which is that one, came with like a load of
it's like
a load of stuff, extensions. I've even got this one that bends round.
Yeah,
that you can bend, and it's got loads of little bits and bobs on it. Actually, I mean, it's got everything there. And it's really good because it can extend. You can extend it.
Yeah.
I'll probably get some new ones, but I haven't been. Do you know what? These black ones, they haven't worn away as much as they used to. Do you remember years ago they used to wear away really quickly?
I find they're just too small for me to work with.
I've got. I mean, that's the smallest. Like, where's the smallest one I got? Yeah, it is. That's the smallest one I've got. And then that's the biggest one.
Yeah.
And they work perfect. But yeah, I just keep them. They're there if I need them, sort of thing. But like I said, I mainly use that one.
Howard says, Kev, you need to make a sculpture out of all those screwdrivers.
I should do, shouldn't I? Really? I mean, look at this one. Do you remember this one? Anyone can identify that one?
R2D2.
That was R2D2 because of the red tip. Still working, not blunt. It still works. I've got Iron Man. Anyone remember the Iron Man screwdriver that you got for free? Yeah, they're all in there.
D Harris says, "Wear a stop bad language, Mark, please." LOL. Sorry, I didn't say it.
Do you want to put a link in so people can start?
I'm just going to catch up on this last bit of chat and then I'm going to put it in. The Real For Real says, wearers are brilliant. Just bought the magnetizer. Very powerful. Yeah, I have the magnetizer. Cool. And Andy Carroll says, my doorbell caught a squirrel looking in the camera and it jumped across to bin, followed by a cat doing 100 meters a second. Right, I'm going to put the links in and then I'll just get that next comment that's come in. So that's gone in on my channel and that's also gone on Kev's channel if anybody'd like to join us. David Hawley says, I have a cracking set of screwdrivers. They were a free gift with the U96, fully interchangeable heads, etc. I don't think I got a screwdriver set with the U96.
Was that a free gift? Or was that a free gift somewhere else?
It could have been a free gift. But you see, because I use my own screwdrivers, if it's a screwdriver set that comes, I tend to give it to my son who's training to be a mechanic. So
Yeah.
So, and first in we have Ian. Welcome, Ian.
Hi, everyone.
Hi, Ian.
Merry Christmas.
Oh, you've gone sideways, Kev.
Oh, I don't know what's happening there. Hang on. There you go. Oh,
Better.
it's
Merry
that.
Christmas.
We also have
That
Andy
was
Carroll.
going off.
That was. What is that?
That is my Bluetooth communicator.
Ah.
And it's just starting off. So, you know, like a proper Star Trek communicator, I take with it, it plays, you can play it and everything. And it was just bleeping a minute ago, and I pushed it, and I think that's why I was sideways.
Yeah. Hi, Andy. Welcome.
Hi, Andy. I take with it, play it and everything.
Got an echo somewhere.
Oh, someone's got to go on.
Yeah. Hi, Andy. So, Ian, you're winding down now.
Yeah. Not long now, but Merry Christmas, everyone. First of all.
Maybe it's because I've got
Go on, Andy.
volume. Let me see if I can turn the volume up on it.
Okay.
Right, there we go. Can you hear me?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's better.
Yeah, what it is I've got you on my telly. But I had to mute the TV. I was listening to you on the telly. I just had to turn the volume on the telly down before I turned it up on air. Otherwise, you'd hear yourselves.
Yeah. Well, welcome anyway.
Okay. Welcome. So you're winding down, Ian.
Yeah. So we've got, I think, 9 days now until we take our last orders on the 31st of December. For those that don't know, and I'm sure most do, that I and myself and Julie, we own and run Partwork Upgrades. So if you've never seen me before, that's me. Not long now. As I say, I mean, just to to say people that it's not. We just want to do something different. It's nothing else. All orders will be satisfied, and we will do them all. Even orders right up to the 31st, including the 31st, will get processed. It might take me a few months after, but we'll honour all of them. But what I wanted to share with you is we stopped the Lancaster various things like the bomber crew and things like that. We phased things out gradually, and the power mods. But on the 31st of December, they'll be back. So if anyone's missed them, that's the very last day. That's the last day we'll take orders. So if you want anything to do with Lancaster, get onto partworkupgrades.com. If you need a power mod, get on that day, and they'll be the last orders we take. And then we'll close it off. There'll be a message on the site to say we're not obviously taking any more orders, but I'll still be working for probably a few months, actually, because we've got a lot of orders in.
I'm going to say probably a few months because the orders are probably backed up a bit.
We've got a lot of orders. I'm trying my best to get through them. Power mods have been the most orders. The max. The power mods have been very popular. So I've got a bit of a backlog, and I apologise to anyone that's not got those yet. But you will get them. We're going to do them. It's not like we're just shut in and that's it. Any orders outstanding will be fulfilled. So. And Kev, I still need to arrange to come down, see you and Kirsty, and nip out to London, and we'll have to wait for the new year now, but I still want to do that.
Yeah, we'd love that. Yeah, it'd be nice to catch up and talk over stuff and everything else that's going on. So after you finish all those orders, what are the plans to carry on building? And
well, I've got about 6 builds. I've got a back room, which is nothing but cardboard boxes of all builds that I'm paying for, but I've not even started. And I've not done any builds for about 3.5 years, but I've been subscribing to them. So I'm hoping when I come to unbox them, I've got everything I need and there's no missing bits, and because I'm going to be a bit screwed if that's the case. So that's the plan. I'm going to build them. We're going to sell the house, we've got a big house, obviously, from when we had the family living here. We're going to downsize, things like that.
Good idea.
Yeah. So we're just going to relax a bit and take it easy.
Take it easy.
Yeah. I think so.
You do know when the missus says you're going to downsize, they actually mean that you're going to downsize, not me.
Well, it's still a battle really with you, because I've got all these builds, and I've got all the builds I've done, and I've got a few builds from Wayne that he's done that I've had off him, and I still want to obviously get to a house where I've got a room where I can put all these, because I still want to look at them. It may be that I still do some 3D printing. You can probably just see, actually, that side behind my shoulder, the printers in the background. Maybe I still do things for myself. I kind of just want to come on and say, hey folks, we're still here, we're still going to do your orders. We may be disappearing and not accepting orders, but I guess we're still here. If you have any queries, anything like that, contact us. The website will still be functioning. You just won't be able to order anything. We're not going very far.
No.
Wayne knows where I live, so if there's any problems, he can come round with his muscles and
So what's your plan for Christmas then, Ian?
Well, I'm going around to my daughter's. She's invited us around this year, but next year I think we're probably looking at doing something like Wayne and Esther's done, just something, a log cabin out in the sticks somewhere, just nice and quiet, just me and Julie, and just take it really easy. And
I don't blame you.
Full on, because it's been full on for the past number of years, because I've also been doing the Partworks for the community, and I have a day job as well, so I've been doing my day job. I'm a software consultant, and so 9 till 5 I'm doing that, and then in the evenings I'm doing Partworks. At the weekends I'm doing Partworks.
Yeah,
and it'd be nice to have a bit of a break from.
Yeah.
Well, I don't blame you.
In this though, because it's
it's going to be. I think you don't realise how much gap you're going to leave, because though we've got other people that do the mods, no one produced stuff as quick or as much as yourself. So,
which is surprising considering I've got a day job. I can turn these things around quickly. I'm going to miss it. Obviously I'm going to miss this. This has been part of my life for a number of years. It's all gone dark. Have I been lost? Oh no, I'm back again.
No, you're still here.
Miss it. I don't know if Julie's going to miss doing all the assembly cushions, because she's done quite a few hundred.
Yes, I've still got mine.
Cushions, things like that. Yeah, that one as well.
I've got 0002, I think, because this was the second one that was made.
I think it probably was.
I think she did Wayne one first, and then this was the second one she made.
And to be honest, Mark, I think we've got another one to send to you with your logo on it. So
yes.
So we've absolutely had a blast over the years, and it. We've got to thank everyone, all your viewers, everyone that's played a part in this. Not just us; it's everyone that's been involved. Mark, you've been heavily involved in what we've been able to offer, because you've come up with so many great ideas over the years. I can't thank you enough. And and other guys as well. I've met so many people and so many new friends that I just didn't have before I got involved in this community. So it's been absolutely wonderful. So thank you all.
Well, no, thank you, Ian.
Yeah.
Like I said, it's going to be there's going to be a bit of a gap in the market. A huge one.
The 31st of December, that will be. We'll put these things back in stock for one more time for those that have missed that opportunity of getting those few bits. I can't say when it will be delivered, because we've got a lot of orders to get through. But come along, order it. Keep in touch with us. We've got a contact screen, a form. Sorry. Get in touch with us if you're wondering where it is. We'll also always get back to you. I don't know. We try and get back fairly often. 24, 48 hours. but we are busy, so be prepared. We are very, very busy with things. Julie's trying to wrap up her side of things. I think I've got about 150 orders still to get through.
What's been your best seller ever?
Do you know what? It's probably been probably Power Modz initially, and then before that, it's probably been going right back to the start of this. One thing I'm still selling after 4 years is the little stow for the Ghostbusters proton pack to stow the gun.
Oh, so yeah,
the little clips, and they're still after all this time they're still selling. And then probably Terminator, because the Terminator had so many wobbly parts. We did all the fixes to stiffen things up, the neck, the head parts and everything else. I would say that.
Yeah, my favourite bit was the Power Mod for the Terminator, because it saved me a whole lot of money in batteries.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
And the good thing about the Power Mods is, when your batteries start running low, you start seeing that kind of issue with things not kind of working quite as it should be. But with a Power Mod, and you've got that constant current coming through, it's great. Everything works. And I think the T800 actually benefited more because things actually work brighter and lit up brighter than.
Well, I was going to say that
if it was
I think a lot of these builds need Power Mods, because I remember when I first done my Terminator, the eyes didn't light up or move, and I think it was the lights the eyes lighted up, but the mouth wouldn't move and the eyes wouldn't move. As soon as I plugged it into the Power Mod, it worked first time, because I thought it was broken, but it was just a lack of power.
This is it. You put batteries in there. You hope that you buy new ones that have not been on the shelf too long, and they're going to give you what you want. But after a couple of tries, it's zapped the power, and you're getting like you said, Kev, things just don't move or start getting that kind of sound to them.
Yeah.
But with the Power Mod, you plug them in. You've got it. We've got that in a little control box. We've got a buck converter, stops too much power, converts it down to the DC that your model needs, and it's constant. It's constant power. Yeah.
And there's a lot of builds that probably need those coming out, so it's going to be missed.
Yeah, unfortunately, but you're in safe hands with Chloe and Mike.
Yeah.
Maybe one of those guys will take on this kind of turnaround,
maybe
for you and things like that.
But like saying, Ian, you're going to be sorely missed. I know you're still going to be involved in the community and that, but what you've provided is sort of above and beyond, really. And I think you're gonna be missed for that point. Obviously you're still going to be there, but I think a lot of people, I think in a year or two's time, people are still going to be going, where's Partwork upgrades? I wish they were around still.
Yeah. It's an end of an era. As you say there, Kev, I'll still be joining. I'll still be a moderator on World of Wayne. I'll have the luxury of some more time to be able to do my builds and probably have a moan about them like everyone else.
Yeah.
So
that's one thing we do have in common. We do have all that in common, don't we? We do have that in common in the community. We all seem to have the same complaints.
Definitely.
Yeah. But as I say, I've got a lot of builds that I'm still subscribing to, and they're still turning up. I've got the distribution. Oh, talking about the distribution side, because people probably know we also do the Partwork distribution. We're not accepting any more orders, but for the subscriptions we've got for forwarding services, we're going to carry on with those, and they'll probably carry on for another 18 months or so before we've finished. We're not just going to chop it and say that's it, we're not doing anymore. It's totally unfair. We couldn't do that to anyone. So anyone that's got a forwarding subscription with us, we will finish that off. As long as their subscription is active and they've paid their monies, then we'll finish that off.
I'm going to say Burge is one of your biggest customers in the distribution.
We've had to hire our warehouse just for Burgess. We get a lot of stuff for Burgess.
Yeah,
it's been a lifesaver that as well, actually, because there's a lot of stuff isn't available in certain parts of the world. So yeah, it's been a real lifesaver for certain people that want stuff that can't get it.
Yeah. I'm really pleased to set that up. I mean, we set that up off the back of Eagle Moss, the Eagle Moss collapse, and people not being able to finish off some builds. And when Fanhome took them over, we set that up based on that we wanted to ensure people could finish things. And we carried it on. We just carried it on for a few years, and it's from a business point of view, it's probably the worst business stats you could get. But it wasn't about the money side of the business.
No.
It was about supporting everyone that's got these builds that have been left hanging, and being able to help them and get the thing finished off. Yeah.
When you think about that, a lot of people have got like £1,000 invested in these.
Yeah. It would have been so bad, Andy, if people have already invested £600-700 into a subscription and not been able to finish it, and had no way of claiming back the cost that they've put out there.
Exactly.
Me sitting back, I mean, we started Partwork upgrades on, it's to find the details, the things that make it more authentic, and the lack of detail in some of these builds. And it was kind of the same thing with distribution. We couldn't let people invest all that and lose it. So, we've been managed to help about, I don't know, 50-60 people in the last few years in finishing their builds, taking on new builds that they can't get in their territory as well. So at least they will know they'll be able to finish those off.
Just celebrate it. Why can't we not have an insurance against these companies going busting and if you're building something?
Yeah, I mean, you could probably take a personal insurance out, but I wouldn't know what the cost would be, to be honest. But I've had a couple of builds I've been left hanging on. I've had the Enterprise and I've had the MiG-29. I'm a bit miffed about both of those. Sorry, Andy, what's that?
I'm not surprised you get money to invest.
These things are expensive. They really are expensive, and you would hope, like Agora's got this Agora promise that you will finish it. We need that across all of these companies. We really do. We need some. We need some fallback where if there's an issue, you're going to get something back, and you're not going to lose all that investment.
I think as well with the collapse of Eagle Moss, I think more companies should do that because it gives reassurance to you that whatever happens, you're going to finish. So I think more companies should look at that sort of thing and sort of have a guarantee in place like that.
I think a worst case scenario, what they need to have is if they cannot fulfill their commitment to supplying the full, to the end of the build, they need to be able to refund you.
Yeah.
So maybe an internal cost to them that they have to have an insurance policy that for whatever reason they go bankrupt or whatever, those that have invested hundreds of pounds, they get their money back.
A bit like the holiday companies have that protection in place. If an airline or the holiday company goes bust, you still get your money back regardless. You're sort of protected.
Absolutely.
All these companies that do these stuff, it could have basically a Partworks company where if one goes to fulfill, the others, kind of help out.
Well, the thing is with Partwork companies, are all rivals.
Yeah, it's a bit more difficult because, as you say, Kev, they're rivals. We should be thankful to Fanhome for picking up some of the mess that Eagle Moss left.
Yes,
to be honest, and allowing people to continue what we could continue.
I'm very thankful for that one.
Other companies could happen to other companies, but the only thing you could put in place is some sort of insurance policy.
Yeah,
I think that's the responsibility of the companies that are doing the builds and selling the builds to us. If for whatever reason they cannot satisfy to the end of the build, they need to, refund us, and we need to get that money back because it's no good us left with you know, issue 56 of 90. Well, that's no good to anyone. So, you know, you spend a lot of money, a lot of time and effort.
I'm going to say I agree with Will there. I managed to finish Ecto, DeLorean with Fan Home, thank goodness.
Yeah.
Yeah, luckily I was only getting in the end trialed, so I was sort of a bit lucky in that respect that I've only been waiting for that one. But I know there was, you know, there's been Ecto 1 as well. We know that that's sort of come to an end now as well.
I'm really surprised Fan Home didn't pick that one back up. The Ecto with the release of Ghostbusters and everything. That would have been an ideal one to do.
Well, the Ecto 1, as far as I'm aware, is the Ecto 1. It didn't do very well. I don't know. My suggestion would be it didn't do very well, and that's why they've decided not to continue on with it. But yeah, I don't know on that one. But I'm pretty sure that if they don't do it, there might be another company that comes along and offers it later on in a couple of years. But a lot of this stuff comes down to licensing, so
yeah,
maybe Fan Home thought that it's not worth to continue the license.
Yeah, I really wanted to do the Star Destroyer that put out, and that was only a trial. I just wish they'd done that on a full bill because I didn't on a home.
Well, there's been a lot of stuff that's come out that never came here. So one of them. What we had, Starsky and Hutch. That was one that got trialed here that never came out.
No,
that was the Gran Torino. That one.
Yeah, Gran Torino.
Yeah, but they really did trial it in the wrong area. Around my area is not really the
And then we had obviously the Hogwarts Express that everyone really loved, but that faced lots of difficulties. That did because that got released at the wrong time around there. I think it was just before or during COVID, and then the comments came out from JK that didn't sit very well with a lot of people, so maybe they thought it's best not to go forward with that one. We've also had the AT-AT and obviously a Star Destroyer that never went anywhere. But it's weird because I mean we've had the test run of the 1/6 scale 007 car. And I think everyone thinks that will come out, but as we have seen, not everything comes out because last year as well, we had a test run for the Tiger, the King Tiger tank, and that never came. That's never been released.
Came out in Germany, but didn't hit the UK.
Yeah,
the same as the what's the ship? The building? I've forgotten the name.
Victory.
No, not the Victory. The Graf Zeppelin. That's out in Germany.
Yeah, both of those were tested here in the UK, but never went any further.
Well, that's the thing. Apart from you guys, saying there's a test there, there's a test. You very rarely see them because they don't go down to my local shops to see what's there. And I think, they should really put out more advertising on YouTube, what's available and what's coming in the coming month.
It's only Hachette that do that, and obviously it's a business. We said this before, haven't we, Mark? It's a business model that they've perfected and have not changed forever.
No.
So they release 2 models, 3 max every year, and that's it. They're not like Agora or Fan Home that will release 10, 20 models a year. Hachette are like, we'll just that works. There's no need to fiddle with the formula.
Yeah,
it works. So it's interesting because one of the things is they test these models to make sure that they sell. That's the reason they test them.
I mean, it's like you did the Alien. What's all the difficulties that people were having?
There's no good ploughing money into something if it doesn't sell. And I'm always worried that some of the stuff that maybe Agora and Fan Home do, I'm always worried that maybe they're doing stuff and then they don't sell very well.
Yeah.
And I'm always wondering if that could damage them in the future, because if it's not selling and it means they've made a loss on it, it doesn't bode well, if you know what I mean. But with Hachette, it runs like clockwork and nothing changes. It runs well. So why would you? And obviously Hachette, the the Partworks side of Hachette is very, very small. I mean, they're a publisher, a book publisher. That's their main business model. So their Partworks side of it is minor. It's about 5% of their business. So yeah, it's but yeah, it's interesting. I think we may get that 007 car, but as we've always pointed out, we never know because anything could happen.
I'd certainly like the 007 car, the 1/6 Goldfinger one.
It would be. I'll tell you what, it'd be really good if that one does come out, because then you could. I know for a fact that there are 1/6 scale 007 figures.
Yeah,
I think Sideshow did some. So
I'll tell you what I have got seen is it's been advertised on YouTube, it's on Facebook. It's the UFO from Shadow. I think it's within 27 cents.
Right.
And it's going to be limited to about 3,000 or something like that.
Right. Okay.
Which is interesting.
Yeah.
I saw the original Jerry Anderson footage when I was a kid in Blackpool. So
the Jerry Anderson stuff sort of seems to be coming back again. It's sort of quietened off, and it seems to be having a resurgence. I mean, Corgi just announced a load of new Jerry Anderson stuff, and D'Agostini years ago did the T2, and D'Agostini in Japan did Tracy Island, and that's a partwork that never. That's another partwork that never came out over here. The Tracy Island.
No, Thunderbird 2 did though, because I remember Wayne building it.
Yeah, the T2 definitely did, but they did in Japan. You can if you type in partwork Tracy Island, I think it comes up, and it was a partwork in Japan. It was you built the whole Tracy Island, and then sections of it came away, and you could have all the vehicles in it.
Yeah,
and it lit up and moved and everything. But it's really strange what comes out over there never really comes out over here.
I mean, I think you guys are a bit young to remember the Blue Peter Island.
Yeah,
I do. I remember the Blue Peter Tracy Island. Mine didn't look like what it looked like on Blue Peter, though.
Yeah, was that Anthea Turner, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. I am old, but I'm not. I don't think I'm that old.
I think I just about remember it. I think it's when Thunderbirds were doing a rerun in the probably late 80s. I think the Blue Peter was doing another Tracy Island.
Yeah, I was more into Scarlet. I liked Captain Scarlet.
I like Captain Scarlet and Miss Hunter too.
I think it was. I mean, I've watched it again recently, but I think it's a darker show.
Yeah,
it's a much darker adult show. Oh yeah, look, the angels.
Yeah, got the angel in somewhere.
Yeah,
got the spectrum.
Oh, lovely.
Well.
a little bit of trivia question. I don't know whether you know this one. Can you name 10 Jerry Anderson series?
Oh, okay, 10.
I could probably cheat there.
There was Joe 90.
Yeah.
There was obviously Thunderbirds. Obviously
2.
Captain Scarlet.
3.
There was.
There you go. Will's got all the answers there, by the looks of it.
There was obviously Stingray.
4.
That's 4. Yeah. He done a lot of people don't realise this. He's done a load of live action stuff as well, like Space Precinct was one of them.
5.
Yeah.
Wow.
Will's got them all there. Look. But yeah, there was. I didn't realise that they did a lot of. He did a lot of live action series as well.
Well, don't you fill it in for you?
Well,
5 all
Yeah, my wife doesn't like XL5. She thinks the puppets are creepy.
Then you've got
they were
Precinct, Space 1999.
Yeah, Space 1999. Yeah,
You
that was a big series. That was
Joe 90.
Yeah.
My son will quite often nick my wife's glasses, and the mother-in-law will say that he looks like Joe 90.
But yeah, I do like. I'm surprised actually that they haven't sort of done a live action reboot like a TV series. You know, we've had success with Doctor Who.
That's one of my favourites, Jerry Anderson.
Or the Stingray.
Yeah. So Thunderbirds and Stingray. That's my primary two for Jerry Anderson.
Yeah, no, it was Captain Scarlet for me. I mean, I've watched the other ones, but I really liked Captain Scarlet just because I think it was a little bit more grittier. It was a darker series, and obviously I've watched all the documentaries since, and it's sort of strange how it all started. It started the Mysterons are after us humans because we attacked them first.
Yeah,
and it was all sort of like it was all that sort of stuff. Like they wouldn't have been after us otherwise.
That was the first episode, wasn't it? Where they went to the planet and they fired on.
Yeah. Captain Black, he fired, and they hit him over without any. Like they just saw these lights and they just fired straight away. No questions asked, no nothing.
I mean, what I found, you know, in like Thunderbird, where they're all smoking bloody cigarettes, and it's a kids' show.
Yeah, well, Captain Scarlet was. It was they like sort of reanimated the dead, didn't they? I suppose it was a bit like there was like first zombie sort of things because they were able to reactivate dead people, weren't they?
Yeah.
Well, Scarlet was on the first, wasn't he? Wasn't Scarlet one of the first that they did, and that's why it made him invincible or something?
Yes, yeah, it was. Yeah, they took over Captain Black, and they sort of couldn't take over Scarlet completely, but that's right. Yeah, they took them both over, and he was the one that was able to break away, sort of thing. Yeah. Good series. So what's everyone else's plan for Christmas?
Probably
Well, I'm off to my daughters, so that's me. I'm off to my daughters for dinner on Christmas Day, going to my parents on Boxing Day. I've just seen Bergdis. She's just dropped into the stream. We were just saying, Bergdis, before you joined, a while back, about distribution, that I've had to rent a new warehouse just for your bits. Yeah, but that's me anyway. And Stella says hi.
Hi, Stella.
Hi, Stella.
Yeah, no. So Boxing Day, I'll see Mum and Dad Boxing Day. Not Boxing Day, Christmas Eve. Christmas Day, it's just us and the kids. Boxing Day, my brother comes round for dinner, and then it's all back to normal. Everyone's back to work. Everything tickety-boo. So, yeah.
Best day of the year is 2nd of bloody January, and it's all bloody done with, and we get back to normal.
Well, I'm lucky. I've got from the 27th. I've got 2 weeks off, so
very nice.
It means I can sort of concentrate on the backlog that I've got here. So
I hate Christmas with a disdain.
Right.
Because I worked in retail for a long time.
Right.
And, basically, Christmas, I would back to sleep Christmas Day because I was too bloody knackered, and back in the day after, you know, and just to see, you know, everybody else is having parties and fun, and you're working in retail section.
Yeah, obviously, you know, anyone working Christmas Day, I feel for you totally, because it is what it is. But yeah, for all the emergency services out there and everything else, hats off to you.
Day, you know, that's just another day.
Yeah. Yes. Well, you'll be surprised because I live not far away from like a parade of shops, and 4 of those shops are open Christmas Day.
Yeah.
So nothing's ever closed, I don't think, anymore. Not like years ago where nothing opened on a Sunday. Can you remember that? How weird was that when it used to close on a Sunday? Nothing.
Yeah. Judy and the Tub were talking about that just not so long ago, about how things have changed. You're okay if you want to go to the Sunday school or something like that, or church or something. Anyone else, read a book.
The monster raving loony party that managed to get Sunday trading in.
They did indeed. Yeah.
Yeah.
How do you know that one? How do you know that one?
Oh, you'd be surprised what I know.
Yeah. Yeah, no, they did. And yeah, it's weird. I just remember when I was a kid, like nothing being open on a Sunday.
Yeah.
You'd just be cycling around, biking it and having the fun, and yeah.
I used to take a day off from work to go to Christmas shopping.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember everything used to be. I think it was only like off licenses or petrol stations that were only open.
Yeah, that's correct. Yeah.
I remember that.
Didn't it go through a phase? It depended on the square footage of the actual.
That as well, but normally it's like your supermarket stuff, whatever, because they weren't allowed to open. But small local off license up the road that sold like cigarettes and beer were allowed to.
Yeah,
that is still the case, I believe, with the square footage. That's why you get the Tesco Express and things like that, because they can open longer outside of the Tesco, the larger stores. And things
that's
like that.
right. That's right. Yeah, they can open for longer hours on a Sunday, depending on the, like you're saying, on the sort of square foot sort of thing.
Yeah. And it's the square footage on the retail section, not the actual store, because there are people that have actually increased the warehouse size to become underneath that square footage threshold, so they can open longer.
Yeah. Crafty. But no, what's everyone looking forward to in the new year, build wise?
The Dalek.
I'm obviously on the Darth Vader build, so
Darth Vader, Dalek. Yeah, I'm all over that Dalek like a rash. Every time I look at it, it looks like it's getting better and better. It's just there's so many functions, and it's going to be so interesting to build.
I mean, I would have done the Dalek if Darth Vader hadn't turned up, but
yeah,
it's slightly bigger than Turtle. Let me put it that way.
It'd be interesting. I mean, what else comes out? Because I know there's probably going to be quite a lot coming out from the various companies, but
yeah, we know Agora's going to release something, don't we? So
I like different stuff, but I don't like stuff like that. Just doesn't interest me at all.
Yeah. No, Agora have got two Bond cars coming out, haven't they? One of them's clearly the Jag.
I'm 100% sure the other one is going to be the Vanquish, because that grill they've got showing, I'm sure that's the bonnet grill, and the gun they showed, I'm sure that's the gun that comes out of that bonnet grill.
Yeah.
Well, the two side cannon bits, and I think the cannon bit were from the Jag, if I remember rightly.
On the other picture, they've got like a slightly elongated grill. And I'm sure that's the bonnet grill for the Jag, for the Aston.
Oh, Ian's gone.
Yeah, he just sent me a message that he's saying he'll have to drop. So, night, Ian. Thank you for coming
on. Night, Ian. Yeah.
Take care, Ian. And thanks for the Partworks upgrade.
Yeah, definitely. Thank you, Ian. I'm pretty sure we'll have him back on the stream at some point.
Yeah.
And discussing things, but yeah, I well, both of those cars are in that scene, Will. So I would imagine
it makes sense for them to be released together.
Yeah. It was I'm not a big Bond fan, but I do remember it was I remember that scene. It was across the ice.
Yeah,
and
it's my wife's favourite one, only because they filmed a little bit of it near me, which is the Eden Project.
Oh, right, okay. Yeah.
So where you see them in the dome, part of that is actually the Eden Project.
Oh, right, okay.
So,
I just remember the car. I remember the van sliding on its roof and him using the ejector seat to slide back up again. But yeah, when I saw those clips, I was like, yeah, that's definitely the Jag.
Yeah.
I tried having a word with Agora when I was up in Telford. They weren't letting anything out.
No. You have to bend their arm a bit more.
I asked them about the V8 Vantage. That's the one I really want from Living Daylights. That's the one I'd really go for.
Yeah.
And all he'd say is like, oh, well, Christmas is coming. And then I was like, well, you actually only say vehicles. You don't say cars. So, yeah, that leads on to, will they do like Little Nelly and that sort of thing?
Yeah. I mean, I mean, they've done a few BMWs, haven't they, as well? You've had the Z3 and stuff like that, so maybe they'll do them. I'm just trying to think.
Watched Tomorrow Never Dies last night, actually, because I like the 750i, and I think that's one of the best chases through the car park.
Yeah.
I think the Wet Nelly was a bit of a disappointment that you couldn't convert it from a road vehicle into the aquatic vehicle.
Yep, I would have done that if it was possible to convert them. And I've got a 1/18th scale Burago one. I think you could convert that.
I'm wondering whether they will offer it as the normal car later on, if you know what I mean.
Maybe.
So you can actually display both vehicles.
Or you could always blow it up and make it come back as a turbo edition.
Yeah. Yeah.
If you know James Bond, you know that joke.
Well, I'm wondering whether it could be like, could you convert it into the normal car? Because I know some people who did the DeLorean actually converted it into a standard DeLorean. So I'm wondering if someone will be able to like make it as a standard Lotus.
Yeah, theoretically possible, but obviously it'd take a little bit of work because they've got all the instruments for it in submarine mode as well. So you'd have to recreate part of the interior as well as the wheels and etc. for the outside. Yeah,
I'm like you were saying, because those the wheel flaps and that could be magnetic. You could just attach them onto the wheels anyway. So there's a few bits that you could take off, but maybe that's like a licensing thing. I don't know.
It might also be obviously because they're going to be quite weighty models. Yeah, and the DeLorean was bad enough with its folding wheels.
Yes.
But yeah, trying to get that to fold and then hide and
those. I've got to say that those folding wheels on the DeLorean weren't accurate at all.
No.
Because I think that they were supposed to have they're supposed to have something on top of them, aren't they? Like a cover.
If you remember, Mr. Fusion Designs, Jason, he did one of his first mods were the covers for the top of the wheels.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a few out there.
Also, as well, shouldn't the underneath had lights as well?
Yeah.
I'm sure the whole underneath it lit up when it was hovering.
Yes, it did. It had flashing like green lights.
Yeah. Yeah.
I've always said that I pitched my DeLorean at the point just after it's been struck by lightning and it's gone back to 1885, so it would never fly again. But it's still got the standard wheels before it converts and everything. So.
Yeah. I've still got mine. It's on the shelf. Yeah. I you know what? I've not even powered up mine for a while now, so I don't even know if it.
I do have a flying one just here.
I've still got my 4A, but it's not
What's that, the Lego?
Yeah,
the Lego one.
Yeah. The dome kind of spins halfway around when it starts up and then back to them.
Yeah. Should you do some chat, Mark?
Yes, I will. Quite a bit to catch up on, actually.
I was going to say it's going to be quite a bit there.
Yeah.
I know we've run over, but that doesn't matter. I like it.
I'm going to read it, but I'm going to do it as fast as I can. So,
okay,
David Hawley says, no, U96 before release. Chef Hawk says, hi, Ian. The Real for Real says, the Wearer Ratchet is a brilliant addition too. Chef Hawk says, hi, Andy. D. Harris says, probably the last time we'll see Ian live from Partwork Upgrades HQ, days running out fast. Ian's World of Model says, looks like a nice toolkit as a freebie coming with the Dalek build. David Hawley says, hi guys, Ian, I need a Partwork cushion mat. Can you help? Ian's World of Model says, yes, I got my power mod this week. Ian, sorry for chasing you. Sonic Boom says, downsize. I hope you still have room for a man cave. Spider Spruce says, got my cushions before I went to my halls. So thanks, Ian and Julia. All the best for the future. It was a pleasure. Mark Dennis says, good evening and happy Christmas. D. Harris says, evening, Will. Mark Dennis says, don't you think the amount these builds cost, they should be more accurate? Scott Duggan says, I got lucky with my R2 build as Model Space did give me my money back. Howard says, I think of you, Ian, every time I look at my MiG build. David Holly says, going to say good night, guys. Cracking stream again. Have a lovely Christmas. Howard says, Model Space sent me all the parts my R2 except 8 issues, so I had to get creative when I restarted my sub in fan home and say I lost or had missing those issues. Howard says, had the time thing with the Ford GT40, then Eagle Moss mess screwed up all my subs to rotate things. The Real for Real says, I couldn't get a decent Michael Knight figure, so printed one off from Cult 3D. I would have thought that NECA would have...
Just on that, Mark,
yeah?
Cosmic Scale Models. 2 seconds.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, didn't someone do a Michael Knight figure? Yeah.
Yeah.
So he's designed to sort of stand next to Kit, but that's one next scale. It's actually been enlarged from 1/24 scale from what I was speaking to Cosmic Scale Models, but that's one that was printed and then I painted it. This actually went to Wayne, believe it or not, and he sent them to me. I've also got Mr. Bond up here as well, also Cosmic Scale Models.
Oh, lovely. So you can, yeah.
Yeah, you can get them.
So, yeah, Cosmic Scale Models, that'll sort you out.
Okay.
Cool.
Howard says, well, they should find out about people in America that want a lot of Japanese Partworks or the Tumblr. The Real Frill says, I remember Anthea Turner's Tracy Island. The Real Frill says, Will's Googling it. Burgess says, well, I finally caught a stream. Hello all. Hi, Burgess.
Hi, Burgess.
Howard says, if the dialogue goes well, I'm wondering if they'll do a K9 or an interior of the TARDIS.
Definitely K9.
Food at parents' Christmas Eve and nothing else planned. The Real Frill says, take back to the 1980s any day, might go back in my DeLorean. Also says, before petrol stations had supermarkets attached to them, LOL.
Yeah.
The Real for Real says Batmobile 89. Burgess says, now my office is turning into a warehouse, Ian. Howard says, over here since COVID, everything closed now at 10 or 11 p.m. No 24-hour anymore. D was saying night to Ian. Burgess says, the ice chase was a few hours east of me. Then Ian says, I'm still here. And then he says, are they some of our blueprints? Are they some of our blueprints, Will?
Certainly are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've got a whole set of blueprints that Ian sent me.
So
they are. That's another thing that's going to be missed because Ian did them for every build.
Yeah.
I wish I had it in the workshop actually. When I went to see Mike over at Mike Lane Modz, he done a laser etched sort of plaque with the remote control stand and everything.
Oh, cool!
It's absolutely fantastic, but it's all etched, so it could be something that Mike Lane could take on.
Oh yeah, yeah, definitely.
Okay. Spider Spruce says, Merry Christmas to all and the best for 2025. And finally, Sonic Boom says, it's a fantastic community. Hope everyone has a fantastic Christmas. And here's to finishing builds and starting new ones in 2025. Night, folks. And then one last thing. Howard says, just remember that the days are now getting longer again in the Northern Hemisphere.
Yeah, they are indeed. Yeah, we just had the winter solstice, so it's going to start to get brighter again.
Yeah, see what I want to do is back to the horizon, take a sun, same time every day, or every month, and you will get the Analema.
Yeah.
And just on the note of the DeLorean and the wheels, that was Jason's mod.
All right, yeah.
That he did.
Yeah, it was missing.
Just the other day, in my 66 Batmobile build, obviously we've just got the final wheel, and I said about pushing down on the chassis, and I've never broken any wheels off. I know lots of people have said about removing the wheels before you up until the point you finish your build. I've never done that. I've never had any breaks or anything. If you're sensible and you don't push down on the chassis and put all your weight on the wheel, you're fine.
Yeah,
but I did suggest there's a couple of options you can do if you want to take them off. Obviously, we had the blocks for the Knight Rider build and the DeLorean build.
Yeah, well, those blocks we had them for the DeLorean and the Knight Rider, and the Dodge Charger as well, and I've never used them. I had them for the Routemaster, never used them. They're still sitting.
Hector one.
Yeah,
I never used them either.
I've never used those blocks.
Yeah, never used them. But anything that I needed, if you wanted to put weight down, if you wanted to try and screw something down quite a bit, and the DeLorean interior was a bit iffy when trying to get it down over all the wires and everything. I used to just use. I got an RC stand. So I got an RC car stand. You could put the chassis on it, support it, and takes it off the wheels. Got no problem.
Yeah, the RC jack stand.
Yeah,
yeah.
I've got one of them as well.
Oh, have you? I might have to get one. I might have to get one.
I've got one of them as well. They're really.
I was thinking of getting an RC. So I said to someone, "I'd like to get an RC," and they said, "Like, what are you looking for?" And I was looking at the. I remember I had one
collection up in the corner.
Yeah, I remember one I had years ago when I was a kid, and it was a Monster Wheels one, and it was a yellow. It was bright yellow. I think it was like a lunchbox thing.
Isn't it Tammy a lunchbox?
Yeah, I had one of them when I was a kid, and I want that again. And someone said they still do it, and I was like, "Oh, brilliant!" So I might actually pick that up because I remember having so much fun with that thing.
Well, Christmas time, my boy's going to unbox a nice FTX Outback 2. So,
nice. I've been looking at it because a friend of mine's got one. He's got a NAS one that you put fuel in, and I'll tell you what, that thing, it just shoots off like anything.
Yeah, well, the things I've got on the wall. So top right, the big truck, that's nitro.
Right, okay.
And then I've got a couple of rally cars that are nitro, and then the green truck that's sort of hidden by the microphone stand. That's just a crawler, so it's all waterproofed and it'll go through mud and water.
Yeah,
I've submerged it, so it's more submarine than truck, to be fair.
I was thinking of getting one because they look pretty good, and I thought it might be something worth getting into. Like I said, a friend of mine does it, and they go to like a meet up here, and there's loads of them that go to it, and they just race around this track thing. I think it's like a BMX track that they use once a week.
I've got a dedicated RC car track, just I don't know, a mile, maybe 2.
Oh right, okay.
I've never actually been. I've watched things from there, but I've never taken any of my trucks, mainly because I don't have anything that's capable of racing really. So mine's more.
Yeah, I think they just go and just I don't think they actually race. I think they just zoom around and do their own thing. But a friend of mine, he has I suppose it's like a doom buggy sort of thing, but he never actually the shell on it. He always takes the shell off, and he just drives it without the shell on all the time. So it saves it getting crushed and everything else, I suppose. But yeah, I was looking at maybe getting into that sort of thing because I was looking at things on YouTube, like the trucks, the proper RC trucks that are done up like. They've got the turn signals work on them, the lights all work on them. They've got lights in the cab as well, like they do proper trucks, and the reversing. And like you got I've looked at the price, but I would love one. They just because you can get a basic one. They're quite cheap, but then when you want all the bells and whistles, that's when the price goes up. But I've seen the control pads for them, so. You have the normal control pads, and it's got like loads of buttons along the top. And it's just like a proper truck. It does left, reverse lights, brake lights, high beam, soft fog light, everything. Even someone done one with, sometimes they have like LEDs, like I've got up here flashing. Someone's done that inside the cab, and I was like, and they've done little flags in them, and I was like, that's some seriously.
You're like this. Have you seen the full size trucks that you can get with those sort of LED type signs, and it looks like cars? The movie Cars. Yeah,
you can get the eyes. Yeah, the eyes do come up on that. If you keep when it goes through the tickers, the eyes do come up on it.
I've seen people use them on trucks, and they must be transparent or something.
There you go. Yeah,
but they must be see through because they take up the entire windscreen almost.
I don't know. They're only little. This is only a little one, but I think they can get really big and get really big ones. Kirsty bought me that, And she goes, I'll put that up because then it's got like little ticker bits coming up. And I thought, okay, that looks pretty good. But yeah, the eye things, you can have it so you can have an eye on. If I bought 2 of them, I could have one eye on this one and an eye on another one. I can have like left and right, so maybe that's how they do it. But it's sort of the front of it's quite sticky, so I think you can stick it to a windscreen.
Right, so it's probably one of those designed for cars or something.
Yeah, it's designed for a car. You get a remote control, and all the remote control is all for the car. So you can say like stopping, on board, turn left, all that sort of stuff. So maybe that's what they use. I don't know, but yeah.
Okay. Right, I'm going to finish this chat, and then we've gone over half an hour, so we're doing quite well tonight.
It is Christmas.
Yeah.
Only for 10 minutes.
Yeah.
So Ian says,
yeah.
So Ian says, great stream, Merry Christmas all, see you next Sunday. I don't think we're doing one next Sunday, are we, Kev? We're back the Sunday after.
Yes. Yeah, we're having a Sunday break.
Yeah. Ian also says, I was going to sell RC stands, would have been good for Partworks.
Yes.
Ian also says, I need Will to come and design a workshop for me. Burgess says, there are RC truck shows meetings.
You're right. It's in the UK as well.
You guys have a lot more RC stuff in construction and farm equipment over in the European area. We don't have those RC things here, only cars and trucks and planes. Ian says, 50% off blueprints at Partwork upgrades, code blueprint.
Lovely.
The Real for Real says, on my second pint of Snowball, he's going to be absolutely...
he's going to be away with the fairies.
Yeah. And Chef Orchard says, have a great Christmas to one and all. And The Real for Real says, I got the Mike Lane power mod for the DeLorean, which is excellent.
Lovely.
So that is it, guys. Tonight.
Yep.
Thank you. And we will be
Thank
back.
you guys for coming.
Yeah. First Sunday in the new year.
Yes.
Well, I hope everybody
When is that first, is it?
Oh, hang on.
Oh, hang on.
It's the 5th.
The 5th. Right, okay. Brilliant.
Sunday
That's
the
fine.
5th.
Yep.
Yeah. So, we'll be back Sunday the 5th of January. Normal time, normal place. All back to normal, hopefully. And, so I'd just like to thank Andy for coming on. Thank you, Andy.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Will, for coming on.
Yes, Will.
And also thank you to Ian for coming on as well and filling us all in, who will be definitely missed after the 31st of December.
Yes, definitely. What have you got coming up, Mark?
To tell you the truth, nothing's really much changing. I've got videos ready to release all next week. So my theory is people still want to watch YouTube, even though, still people still want that escapism. So I'm just going to release. I'm not going out anywhere, so I might as well just. Don't take me that long to release a video.
Yeah, I've got the Batman 66 build tomorrow, so that's the latest pack where we put the other tire on, and then there'll be no videos until the day after Boxing Day. I'm busy up until that day, and then back to normal from then. Day after Boxing Day, I think back to normal.
Okay. Anything coming up with you, Will?
I've got the Skyline come out. That might come out tomorrow or Tuesday. I didn't do the Malad video that I normally do on a Sunday night, mainly because I've hurt my back and I couldn't stand over the model bench. So that'll be delayed until probably after Christmas now. But I think I've only got the Skyline. I might have a couple of videos with the model association I'm part of. I've done a couple of basically when I record bits from them. They've got some weathering and some water effects for the model builds that I'll release. That's
fantastic. Brilliant. Okay, well, thank you everybody for coming on. Thank you everybody for your comments. It's been a fantastic 2024, hasn't it, Kev? Really, with the show. Come on, leaps and bounds. And just leaves me to say, I've been Mark.
I've been Kev.
Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, and we'll see you all next in 2025. Bye.
See you later.